There is a particular kind of restlessness moving through the sky today, and if you are an Aquarius, you are standing right in the middle of it. Something is asking you to choose between two versions of yourself, the one who escapes and the one who creates. By the end of today, you will know which one wins, and it changes how the rest of your week unfolds. Let us start with what is actually happening up there, because none of this is random. The moon is sitting in your own sign today, which in Western tropical astrology means the entire day filters through your personal lens, first your needs, your instincts, your timing, before anyone else's. That moon is also forming a trine with Mars, currently active in your fifth house of creativity, romance, and play. Trine is an easy, flowing connection, so think of it less like pressure and more like a green light. Confidence, bold expression, a playful kind of courage, all of that has room to move today. At the same time, Neptune continues its long, dreamy transit through your third house, the house of everyday thinking, communication, and short journeys. This is not a one-day event. Neptune moves slowly, sometimes lingering in a house for months or years. So if you have been noticing a persistent daydream about running away somewhere soft focus and far away, that fantasy has been building for a while, not just today. And there is a third layer worth knowing about. Leo just had a new moon, activating the opposite side of the zodiac from you. New moons plant seeds, and this one seems to be encouraging quiet reflection on relationships and future goals, even while your own chart is busy pulling attention toward yourself. Here is what almost nobody puts together about today. You have one energy telling you to turn inward and play, and another asking you to reflect outward on your connections. Most horoscopes would call that a conflict. It is not. It is a rhythm. Let us start with love, because this is where that rhythm shows up first. With the Moon-Mars trine active in your fifth house, flirtation tends to feel lighter today, almost effortless. You may notice yourself saying the strange little thing you would normally edit out, and it landing better than expected. This is not the day to overanalyze whether someone gets your humor. If they do not, that is not evidence of anything except a mismatch in that one moment. Meanwhile, the energy trailing from the Leo new moon suggests this could also be a good window to reach out to someone who has been on your mind, not to force a conversation, but to simply check whether the door is still open. Current transits suggest increased ease in romantic self-expression, not a guarantee of any particular outcome. Let the playful version lead and see what it invites. That same self-focused current follows you into work, instead of managing everyone else's expectations today. As you often do, this transit favors setting personal goals front and center. The Moon-Mars trine tends to translate into a real confidence boost, the kind that helps you finally push forward on a project you have been circling without committing to. But here is what changes everything. Do not mistake this energy for a license to force decisions before you are ready. Take a breath here, because the same slow Neptune current running through your third house can blur judgment around communication and paperwork. If a job conflict pops up, keep perspective rather than reacting fully. This is a day for forward motion, not confrontation. That question of judgment carries directly into money matters, and this is where the two traditions we have been following actually meet. Western astrology reads today's Moon-Mars trine as a boost to confident decision-making. But there is a detail most people overlook. Confidence is not the same as clarity, especially with Neptune softening the edges of your everyday thinking. If a financial choice feels a little too dreamy, this will just work itself out. That is worth a second look. Get an outside opinion before committing money to anything wrapped in escapist appeal, a spontaneous purchase, a too-good getaway deal, a plan that sounds romantic but has not been checked against your actual budget. Now here is what makes today genuinely interesting, and it is easy to miss if you are only watching one layer of the sky. Vedic astrologers tracking the moon's position in Aquarius today describe a subtler undercurrent, a general feeling of low-grade disappointment that can surface without an obvious cause. Western astrology sees the same moon lighting up your confidence and creativity through that Mars trine. Both are true at once. You may feel energized and slightly unsettled in the very same hour, and that is not a contradiction. It is the full picture. The gift hidden inside it is this: whatever quiet frustration surfaces today likely is not about anything urgent. It tends to pass once you have named it, so there is no need to solve it immediately. Just notice it, stay steady, and let your ordinary responsibilities carry you through until it lifts, which most Vedic practitioners following this transit suggest happens by the later part of the day. That steadiness matters for your health today, too. The Neptune fog moving through your everyday thinking house can make it harder to trust your first read on things. So if you are feeling foggy, unmotivated, or oddly tired by midweek, that tracks with what is overhead rather than something to worry over. Gentle movement, time outdoors, and simple grounding practices, journaling, a short walk, even just stepping away from screens for 10 minutes, tend to serve this particular Neptune-Moon combination better than pushing through with sheer willpower. If you are drawn to more structured practices like meditation or breathwork today, that lines up well with the reflective undertone in the sky. Some Vedic practitioners might also point toward specific gemstone or mantra remedies for placements like this. But that kind of prescription genuinely depends on your individual birth chart. Dignity, house rulership, and timing all matter, so treat any gemstone talk you encounter online as something requiring personal chart analysis, not a blanket recommendation for every Aquarius watching this. Perhaps you have noticed that home and family have felt a little quieter in your attention lately, and today's chart explains why. With the moon so focused on your own sign, the instinct to set aside team water bearer, the various circles of people who usually pull at your attention, is completely aligned with the sky, not a character flaw. Use that permission wisely. A short, honest check-in with someone at home, rather than a long, involved conversation, fits the lighter, more playful tone Mars is offering through your fifth house. Socially, this is a decent day for showing up as your more spontaneous self rather than the reliable planner everyone expects. And this brings us to the daydream we started with. That yearning for a specific getaway, a real, particular destination you can picture in soft focus, is a classic signature of Neptune moving through the third house of short trips and daily thinking. Picture it like an old photograph slightly out of focus. Beautiful, inviting, but not fully sharp enough to plan around yet. There is nothing wrong with wanting that escape. The question Neptune keeps asking is simply what it costs you, your time, your money, your reliability to others, if you chase it without checking the details. An impromptu trip or spontaneous change of scenery can genuinely offer relief right now, but it deserves one honest gut check before you commit, not because the sky is warning you off it, but because Neptune blurs consequences as easily as it blurs beauty. Spiritually, that is really the theme of the entire day. Enjoy the fantasy, but keep one foot on the ground. If you want the quick version to carry with you, purple is your color today, and the window between 4:30 and 5 in the afternoon carries a little extra luck according to Vedic timing traditions. Confidence peaks when you let creativity lead rather than analysis. Judgment holds steady only if you pause before big spends or big promises. So here is where that leaves you. Say the strange thing out loud today instead of editing it. Chase the goal you have been quietly circling, but get a second opinion before you chase the getaway. If a flicker of disappointment shows up uninvited, let it pass through rather than trying to fix it on the spot. You came into today carrying two pulls, one toward escape, one toward creation, and now you know they were never actually in conflict. The version of you who plays boldly and the version who checks the fine print can be the same person today. If this reading helped you see today a little more clearly, stay close for tomorrow's chart. because the sky rarely tells the same story twice.